So I'm going to build REIUJI in a Fractal Design R4. So this will be a more silence optimized case. Silence optimized means it has features to help knock down the noise. It's not noise proof. Examples of this basically like the front. There's no direct sound. Intakes are actually on the sides here. There's stuff like foam that help knock down resonant noise. Another thing that's really nice about this case is there's actually filters available. And again, here going to the sound optimized design, deadening material on the side panel. Nice amount of hard drive space that we'll probably use over time. You know, nice wiring options. Case comes with 2 fans, one in the front, one in the back. This fan will actually be moving from the back to the front. The top vents are actually closed. You can see the silence optimized design. For this build, I'm using an Asus Z87 Pro. That's kind of the midline of the channel boards. And I'll be using an Intel i7 4770K. So the first step in installing the motherboard is to put in the motherboard standoffs. It comes with a nice little tool to help you do that. And for my board, I'll be filling out all the ones that say A. Next, we'll take the motherboard back panel insert and put it where it's supposed to go. Next step, we will take the motherboard and put it in the case. I've already installed the CPU. Really isn't hard. So the first complaint I have with the Define R is the screws that are being provided to hold down the motherboard are not the ATX standard. As you can see, the design holdback area is much larger, and because of that, some of the grounding spots are not being covered. Doesn't make a huge amount of difference, but still I would much prefer to see the standard size screws. Next, I've added 16 gigabytes of DRAM in the suggested locations. Yes, I know this is not color matching. I really don't care. Next, I'll install a Corsair H90 closed loop water cooler, or basically poor man's water cooling. Because again, that guy in there is basically an 84 watt light bulb that needs to be cooled. It's not the best install I could have done, but it's fairly reasonable. And this case has a built-in fan controller. It's just a little switch on the front I can show later. But this motherboard has more than enough capability to control fans. In fact, these fans are substandard compared to what this motherboard can handle. So I've got one of the front fans here, another one of the front fans there, still got a fan header there, still have a fan header back there. Power this build, I'm going to use a Seasonic G Series 750 watt. It's a 80 plus gold, which means it's actually 90% efficient over most usages. And this is going to be my first modular power supply. And that's what it looks like when it's installed. Gotta have a real switch. Sorry, I hate power supplies that don't have them. And again, this has a nice filter that goes below the power supply. And for the graphics on this, I decided to go with the GeForce GTX 660. Yeah, I guess it's kind of the mid-range card. And SSDs make these sleds look large. Very large. Now that's more like it. And then when all's said and done, hopefully it looks something like this. And if all goes well, it boots up and everybody's happy.